Skimboarding originated in the 1920s in Laguna Beach. It started on the days when there was no swell and the surfers needed something to keep them entertained.
The lifeguards basically built the surfers round discs of plywood, and they ended up skimboarding there.
In the winter, when the waves are bigger, skimboarders seek out waveboarding as opposed to the other style, flatland.
Different styles of skimboarding. There's flatland skimboarding and wave skimboarding. And I personally am 50-50 on both. I love the flatland stuff and love the wave riding too, just getting on a massive wave.
Shore break skimboarding is going down a steep shore and hitting the shore break in and surfing it back into shore. And then there's flat ground skimboarding, which is basically skateboarding on shallow water.
One of the main draws to the sport is the lifestyle that comes along with it. Skimboarders are always finding new waves and new beaches around the world.
I've been sponsored through skimboarding. I've traveled to California for skimboarding, to Washington State.
I have skimboarding friends all over the world, and it's a huge social aspect of my life now, is traveling.
I've met so many people from like different countries, different states, different provinces and everything, so that's been really cool.
A big part of the traveling is attending skimboard competitions.
The Island Skimboard Sessions, it was the first basic run of flat ground skimboarding event in the world. It was here on Vancouver Island at Saratoga Beach.
And you'd be skimboarding for 2 to 3 minutes, and they pretty much just judge you on style, how much motivation you have, like if you're falling and getting right back up. I mean, that's pretty much a general competition, and there's usually between 15 to 30 people competing. Depends what sort of competition it is, whether it's sort of a really high level sponsored competition or if it's just a sort of just for fun skim jam event.
Judging's usually rider judged. That's the best way because then people understand where the results came from. If you get a bunch of, people who aren't in the culture, who don't understand the tricks judging an event, it doesn't make sense, and then the results are all skewed.
Since the sport is still gaining popularity and viewed as underground, the skimboarding community remains tight-knit, especially here on Canada's west coast.
We just end up at the beach every day after work in the summer. We wouldn't even have to call each other, just sort of end up there naturally.
Skimboarders are passionate about their sport, and as it grows in the future, they'll hold on to the lifestyle that they fell in love with.
The skimboarding lifestyle and everything, I find it's just really chill. Just do whatever you want and just hit the beach.
I like the beach, and I like the beach culture, and I also like the board culture, and when you put them both together, you basically get skimboarding here in Canada.